Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hi Teddy. Recently I've posted some content that tells you to stop procrastinating and just do it. However, I'm going to take another approach here on a different aspect of why it's sometimes difficult to get started and then keep up progress on a new thing. Often what these things do is they change your routine. So other things that you might be spending time on, you might now be spending less time on because you're kind of reallocating or learning to reallocate that time to where you need it. For example, this may affect a partner or a close friend where now you might not be going out for late night outings as often because you're getting up earlier and working out. Maybe this is affecting how long your partner can sleep in. You've got to navigate that challenge with your friends or partner, family. Another is that when you change what you do, this causes other people in your life to react or respond to it. What they're seeing in you is what they see they could also be doing. So if you're getting resentful responses or you're being teased, it's often in fun, like joking, but there's always some truth to those jokes. And it often comes from the person recognizing that, oh, I need to get better at my health. I need to get better at working out and cutting back on consuming substances like drinking and smoking and changing my life so that I can live better. And oh, this person's doing it, and they're going through their own process. So whatever they're saying is about them and it's not about you. Yeah, they're telling you about it, maybe they're focused on you, but they're only thinking about themselves, just as you are thinking about yourself in your life's movie as the main character of your life's movie, right? It's the same experience for them. They are the main character of their life's movie. They're seeing these things happening and they're reacting and responding to it. Your responsibility goes as far as listening and empathizing with the other person. And you are not ultimately responsible for their reactions or emotions. They'll experience what they have to experience, but you are ultimately not responsible for that. You are only responsible for you and the choices you make. And the choices you make in the relationship to listen and to empathize is the best you can do. Now, if you have friends that are really having a hard time with these changes you may be making in your life or that you want to make, maybe consider a new group of friends. You may have to adjust the kind of friends you have to fit the life that you're growing into, such as a healthier lifestyle. I've run into this a lot in my personal life. In my early 20s, I was dealing with some kind of IBS type symptoms where I was bloated all the time. I was in pain most of the day. It was not fun going to the bathroom. It was miserable. And I radically changed my diet. I cut out so much and I just kind of started from very basic things like broth and vegetables and just kind of built up from there to figure out what I was reacting to. And it turned out to be more so a gut bacteria issue with some food intolerances, and it took me years to figure this out. But navigating that process was very difficult. Go to see my in-laws or go to see some friends for dinner, and most of what they're serving I cannot eat, such as say if they had a picnic ham. I'm allergic to pork. I cannot eat a picnic ham. Or I had cut starches out of my diet for a while, and so I couldn't eat the mashed potatoes. And so I'd be only eating the vegetable dish because there was buns and mashed potatoes and pork. And I could not eat those other things that were on the table. Onions too were a problem for me. So if something had onions in it, I suffered later, bloating, cramps, painful gas, the works. So yeah, it was very difficult in those early years to tell my family, tell my friends, be like, you know what, I'm avoiding this thing, or I actually cannot eat this thing. Can I bring something to contribute? Or, you know, and it was hard because different people approach this in different ways. Some people have, oh, no problem. Like they're just, they just don't care. They don't take anything personally. And that's like the easiest kind of person to be around when navigating say a new diet change. It's more difficult with people that want to provide for you. It's helpful if they're like, okay, what would you like? And then be like, okay, well, if they offer like a salad or a veggie platter, then I'd be like, yes, that's perfect, thank you so much. And they would do that and ask me if there's anything else I shouldn't have, and then they work around it. Some hosts are really good at that. Others are not so much. Others get really self-conscious, and it's just kind of hard. I would actually pre-eat before going out for dinner. I would have a snack or like a really small meal before we go out, just in case I could not eat very much of what they had. So I've gotten better at this over time. Now people in my life are pretty used to that from me. Sometimes when we meet new friends, they're like, I know I get vegan vibes from you, and I'm like, I'm not vegan. I just have some intolerances is all. And because of that, I do eat a lot of vegetables because that works generally better for me. Yeah, it's kind of difficult, it's kind of awkward, but reality is I need to look out for myself and my health. And what's cool about this is that you will run into family, friends, other people that get inspired by this and go, wow, how do you do that? And then they start asking you all these questions and want to know how you keep on track. How do you select what things to eat? And then it can open up a whole conversation that's really, really interesting about this topic. So it does offer those kind of opportunities. So bottom line is, people can be inspired, they could be resentful, but it all comes down to them and what they're going through, and you cannot control that. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do to change other people. You can only work on yourself. You can be a good influence to other people, you can help them and support them, but that's about the extent of your ability and responsibility goes. Not to sound careless, but it is good to know that you can't be someone else's hero. Ultimately, only they are their own hero, just as you are the hero of your movie. Thank you for listening to this. If you have run into any challenges like this, I would truly love to hear more about it. I know this is a very difficult topic, and those who have dealt with this, I would love to hear from you. Just post something in the comments about your story, and perhaps it'll be some content for a video later on in the future. So thank you. Give me a subscribe and a like if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.